1. The Loch Ness Monster. In 1933, a single photograph was sent to the Daily Express in Britain regarding a bizarre sighting. It showed the silhouette of what looked like a dinosaur swimming in Lake Loch Ness. From then on, travelers ventured to its shores to try and catch a glimpse of the monster. The legend of Nessie survives to this day, and she has become an endearing beast in the hearts and minds of people all over the world. Nessie's first sighting is mentioned in the Life of St. Columba by Adamnan, written in the 6th century. The Irish monk saw a few men burying someone by the River Ness. When he inquired about it, he was told that the man was attacked by a water beast when he went swimming, and so the legend of Nessie began. 2. The Abominable Snowman. Believed to roam the cold, harsh terrain near Nepal and Tibet. The abominable snowman, or yeti, might be a species related closely to primitive man. Those who have claimed to see it say that it has gray, brownish hair and stands nearly 6 foot tall. The first sighting occurred in 1921 when English Lt. Colonel Charles Howard Barry came across its possible footprints on an expedition. His guides told him that they were made by the wild man of the snows and called it the Mito Kangri, which roughly translates to man-bear snowman. According to legend, the Lepcha people used to worship a beast as tall as a glacier as a god of the hunt. Many other Himalayan tribes have also mentioned the presence of a wild man. Is it a monster, a myth, or just a large bear? We might never know. 3. Bigfoot. Bigfoot has captured the imagination of hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. The beast is said to be at least 8 foot tall with brownish red fur. People who claim to have seen it say that it smells bad and has a scream is very different from anything you've ever heard. So far, nearly 900 footprints have been found. Today, the legend of Bigfoot is integrated into the very fabric of pop culture to the point where it's more of a meme than a monster. But who knows? Maybe it lurks closer than you think. 4. The Chupacabra. The name might mean goat sucker, but don't let it fool you. The Chupacabra is said to be one mean monster. The first reported sighting of this creature was in Puerto Rico, but they started gradually occurring all over the Americas. In 1995, 8 sheep were found dead in Puerto Rico, entirely drained of blood with puncture marks on their chests. At first, the killings were thought to be the work of a cult, but as time went by, more and more animals started dying in similar ways. Hence, the legend of the Chupacabra began. According to various eyewitnesses, the Chupacabra is said to be a reptilian-like creature with leathery scales and sharp spines on its back. It is also supposed to be nearly 4 feet tall when walking on all fours. 5. The Kraken. The Kraken is a legendary sea monster that can take down entire ships with ease. One of the first mentions of this creature comes from the 13th century Icelandic saga, or Var-Oddr, which is about 2 sea monsters, the Hofgufa and Lyngbakr. Many believe that the former is the one and only Kraken. There is a real possibility that the legend of the Kraken real in the form of what we know now as the giant squid. However, scientists agree that majority of sea creatures haven't even been discovered yet. Perhaps somewhere, deep under the seas, there is a gigantic monster waiting for ships to pass. 6. Vampires. The very first mention of a vampire is in Greek mythology. In the story, a young man falls in love with a woman after visiting the temple of Apollo, the sun god. He asked her to marry him, but Apollo wanted her for himself. He cursed the young man out of jealousy and confined him to a life of darkness. If he ever came out in the sun, his skin would burn and turn to ash. The distraught young man sought out Hades, the lord of the underworld. He made a deal where to steal the silver bow of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. While he carried out his mission, he was caught and got cursed again. From that moment, the mere touch of silver on his skin would cause excruciating agony. She later felt sorry for the poor soul and bestowed long fangs, superhuman strength, and immortality upon him. Over the years, the myth of the vampire transformed from one version to another across multiple cultures from around the world. 7. Werewolves. Some believe that the first mention werewolves appeared in the Epic of Gilgamesh, in which the main character rejects a potential lover because she turned her old lover into a wolf. Another early mention of werewolves can be seen in the legend of Lycaon. Lycaon serves Zeus food made from the carcass of a boy. Furious at the disrespect shown towards him, Zeus turns Lycaon and all his sons into wolves. More modern representations of werewolves can be seen in early Nordic folktales such as the saga of the Volsungs. A father and his son discover wolf pelts that can transform people into wolves for 10 days. Both father and son wear the pelts and wreak havoc in the forest, killing everything in sight. 8. The Giant Anaconda. The giant anaconda might perhaps be the only real monster on our list. Anacondas are the heaviest snakes in the world, and can easily swallow a young calf or a young alligator with ease. The biggest anaconda has been measured to be a whopping 29 feet long, but there have been tales of larger snakes. The giant anaconda is considered to be the king of the Amazon by many native tribes. Most who claim to have seen this massive snake say that the creature has an unbearable stench. Interestingly, most sightings have come from zoologists or explorers. Perhaps somewhere deep in the jungles of South America the king slithers by, waiting for its next prey.